Hey guys, so here we have two wheels which should not be compared really, because wheel right here costs 3 times of wheel right here. This is Moza KS that costs approximately 300 and this one costs approximately 1000, but I still want to compare them because I have driven with this wheel for approximately a year, maybe even more, and I was always looking to some cooler wheels, some cube control Usher wheels, and the main question I had in my head, is it really worth it? Like, does this wheel really cost twice as much as this wheel? Let's find it out. So, I have driven cube controls for a month for now, and I would not tell that ergonomically one of the wheels is better than others. Each of them have its pros and cons. I really don't like the grip from the cube controls. It is not, I do not know what the material is it, but it's not gripping, it's very durable, you can drive it for years so you will not notice any signs that it actually was used. It's very durable, but it's not gripping. In Moza, that's a rubber, which is really grippy. You can drive it just without gloves, you can steer it with one hand, it is super grippy, but yeah, it has a sense of usages if you use it for a while. From the buttons perspective, I would tell that both of these wheels have much more buttons that humans actually need. I do not use even all of them in a Moza wheel. Cube control have much more. The only thing that I really like about cube controls, it is very handy to adjust ABS and traction. You can literally do so without releasing the wheel from your hands. So I'm still holding the wheel, steering in the corner, and I can adjust it quite easily. And in Moza there is just no way. I don't have any small fingers or something. It's not ergonomically handy. So if you need to adjust your traction while you are driving, you have to actually release one of the handles, adjust it, and then take your wheel once again. Less handy, but it's still alright. Other than that, I do not know if it's noticeable on camera, but KS wheel is wider when you drive it. The difference is noticeable, but I would tell that it's a matter of habit, because I have driven this wheel for a lot, and then when I took a cube controls, I felt like, oh my god, it's so narrow, it's so unhandy. How do I drive it? My hands, it felt weird. But after I driven this one for a month, when I took Moza wheel, I felt, oh my god, it's so wide, what the hell, it's so unhandy. And again, after a day of driving, I'm just fine with it. So it's a matter of habit. From the backside, not much of difference. 4 pedals here and 4 pedals in the cube controls. So I would tell that ergonomically and usability wise, they're very much the same. So the main question is still unanswered. Why should someone pay twice as much for this wheel instead of this wheel? The answer is quite obvious, because this wheel feels and looks like the real wheel, like the wheel from the real car. This one is the real carbon fiber. All the handles, all the buttons, they just feels good. They feels, just listen for the sound of the, I mean, it feels and looks really, really good. The build quality, all the buttons, each centimeter of this wheel, it is just great. When you take Moza wheel after you just held a cube controls wheel, I'm sorry, but it feels like a joke. It feels like a toy thing to drive some toy Mario Kart. It doesn't feel like a wheel of the car. It feels like a toy. It looks like a toy. If you look on this carbon fiber, it's not a carbon fiber, it's plastic. And when you touch it, when you hold it, it's just, it feels toyish. When this one feels like a thing. This is a thing. So if you look on it this way, then definitely cube controls is just better and more worthy. But it's not that simple. Because if you just remove this wheel from your vision and you take Moza wheel, is it bad? I mean, just really, is it bad? I don't think so. And the wow effect from the cool wheel, it disappears after a couple of days. Because when you are driving, your attention is not attached to the wheel. You are looking on the apex, and a wheel is just a tool you are using to steer your car. And I would honestly say that when I'm driving, I do not feel much of a difference when I drive Moza wheel and when I drive Cube Controls wheel. They're both serving the same function to steer a car, and I actually expect to be very happy and all the time, thinking about, wow, I have so cool wheel, I will steer better or something. But it's the same wheel. Functionality wise, it serves the same. It doesn't give you any much joy when you're actually driving. When you're looking at it, yeah, it's great. But when you are actually driving, they're pretty much the same. So, answering the main question of this video, should you really spend the money to buy some cool, expensive, premium wheel instead of some budget version? The answer is you might, but only if you have some extra money, because at the end of the day, both of these wheels, they serve the same function and they both do it well. If you want a real carbon fiber, if you think that you will look at it each day and it will give you a joy, then of course just buy this wheel. But if you don't care much, if you just need a wheel which will be working well, definitely not worse than the wheel that costs twice as much, just go with the budget version. It literally serves the same purpose really well. Thanks for watching this video. I hope I helped someone. Press the like button if you find it helpful. See you on the track.